Welcome to Strategic Command War in Europe, my viewers. I want to thank everybody for stopping by, and I would ask only that you hit that like button, comment, and subscribe below, as we're going to be starting an Axis campaign here in Strategic Command World War II, and I want to involve you, the community. That's right, I want you guys to name the units in this particular game, whether you want a tank unit, whether you want an infantry unit, whether you want an air unit, and just let us know in the comments your designation, what you'd like, and we will make it happen. I will say for channel members, of which we currently have 5, be great to get a few more of those. We will allow them to actually lead HQs, and each of the channel members will get 3 units that they can name. So as you can see, guys, we are finally in a position to undo the diktats of the Versailles Treaty, which so weakened our country after the end of the last war. With our new panzers on the ground, the Luftwaffe in the air, and the Kriegsmarine at sea, now is the time for us to wage an offensive against our enemies. Our most important enemy is Great Britain. Bring her down, and we will be the masters of Europe. Ultimately, we'll also have to confront and defeat the Soviet Union. So while we advance and conquer Europe, we must prepare for the greater conflict ahead. That's right, and of course, it starts out in good old Poland. Let's get started and start taking it out. I'm first going to head to the port city of Danzig. Actually, I'll go over here, cut off their rails a bit. The war has begun in earnest. Now, I am going to want to go heavy into tank research, logistics, a few other things, but I want you guys to help me with your recommendations in the comments. Again, I really want this to be a community Let's Play. So any recommendations you have, etc., maybe we'll even appoint some military staff. This tank could do a lot better back here, couldn't he? Yeah, I think so. So there we go, 3rd Panzer, making it pretty easy initially to take on the enemy, and we're going to keep on moving inland. Additional enemy cavalry units, we will engage them. We want that military skill anyway. We want our men to have some combat knowledge. And over here, we wouldn't do so well, so I'm not going to strike. But over here, once again, I'm going to push on through with the 10th Corps. And of course, Warsaw is our goal. I'm going to push right on through here and just kind of weakening these additional cavalry units with our own tank units. But you know what? We should go ahead and focus on individual units and just shatter them so they're not a problem in the future. So let's do that. I've got a few different plans, different from the Germans. First of all, I'm not sure I'm going to be declaring war on Greece anytime soon. That comes later, of course, but I have a plan for Greece of maybe trying to bring the Greeks over. Maybe it's crazy, because, of course, through diplomacy in this game, we can take a bunch of different approaches. But it's a complex one. We'll see if it even works. Also want to bring in my bombers here. And look at those SG-2 tactical bombers, super new. The Polish Air Force is actually putting up a decent fight. And there we go. We've quite damaged that unit. I want to continue, of course. Keep on moving inland. And actually, we'll get over here close to Krakow. I want to start striking right away at this armored unit. Going right into the Lion's Den with the 10th Army. I guess when you're going to attack Poland, you can never really be in the Lion's Den too much. Not a huge difficulty setting for us, let's say. Not a super difficult invasion, I don't think. But who knows? Maybe I'll be eating my own words here in a second. All right, so far, these guys can't do anything. These are our Slovakian allies, of course. They're doing their best here. Let's see what else we have. So we've also got our wonderful Italian Navy, but the Italians are not currently in the war yet. They're not currently part of the Axis, let's say. But that will change. Let's send in the bomber here. All right, we definitely need to upgrade our KG-1 bombers. That was not impressive, but I know they're mainly for cities, armored units, things like that. Still, I expected a little bit more than that. Let's make sure we can get some additional units if possible. And I will get one cavalry unit. This is probably the only cavalry unit I'll even get for the Germans, just because they're really good at kind of skirting the lines, getting behind enemy lines quickly. But really, we're better off getting mechanized units. So let's go ahead. There's nothing we can research right now. Diplomacy-wise, we're doing what we can to bring over our allies. Bulgaria as an example. We really want Bulgaria to be part of us. But once again, it's just turn 1. So we don't have the funds just yet. I'm going to see if I can do any more attack runs or bombing runs. Or strafing runs with fighter aircraft. And again, keep in mind, you can be any of these units, you know, Army, Air Force, armor, whatever you want. Just let us know in the comments and we will make it happen. Let's end that turn. All right, Lieutenant General Kurt Student's 7th Flieger Division is partially formed in a trained unit of paratroopers. Despite its incompleteness, it could be used in the latter stages of the invasion of Poland or in an early attack on France. Alternatively, we could allow it to complete its training and formation, in which case it will deploy at full strength at Hamburg at the end of this year. No, I want to put the partially trained division into the field, and they will be deploying at Breslau here. And the UK has declared war on Germany. So has France, guys. Now things are getting interesting. We need to finish up this war on Poland very soon and immediately start heading towards France. Probably going to have to cut through the Low Countries, the Netherlands, to make it there, but whatever it takes, my friends. And again, it's really important that we end this war at least in 2 turns. I think that's going to be the most important. Otherwise, our invasion of France is going to be delayed. And I prefer that not to be the case. Look at the French actually ratcheting up their forces here. And there we go. That Polish unit just dispersed. The Canadians have also declared war on us. My goodness, we've got a lot of enemies. It's tough being the Axis, but that's exactly why we wanted to try it out. All right, beating the British. The Kriegsmarine is confident that a protracted naval effort against the British Empire will bring about their eventual withdrawal from the war. We can target not only the convoys sailing directly to the UK, but also enemy ports and other coastal areas of importance to the Canadian economy. So they want us to send U-boats and surface raiders to the supply convoys at the ports of Halifax and Sydney and Canada. Okay. Now, invading Great Britain, and I think this, of course, Operation Sea Lion, I'm not sure we're going to be trying this one. There's so much we have to do to actually make sure it happens. We've got to get that amphibious warfare technology, prepare airborne forces, use the Kriegsmarine and U-boats, and secure a port so that supplies and reinforcements can be brought over the channel. Again, this is Operation Sea Lion. It was never attempted, an extremely complex operation, and I'm just not sure we're capable of it. However, with that information about the U-boats, I want to start heading west quickly. And get over to Canada. And I think it's probably safer to go north, believe it or not. Getting into almost Arctic waters here, just in an effort to avoid any British patrols. As you can see, that's what I was worried about. Enemy contact, enemy destroyer, as a matter of fact. The Brits are actively looking for our subs. And it could bring out our own ships, but I'm not sure we can face the British in the open sea. Nonetheless, we can certainly try. Let's bring the Naisau. And let's bring, I'm probably butchering these names, so I do apologize. The Scharnhorst as well. Bring a destroyer. And we'll bring that U-boat as well, because he is going to be leading the charge. And again, the goal is to get those U-boats over the north of England, or Scotland rather, and actually head west. Now again, I'd like to have some more units here, but we'll get them there. We're going to have to move them operationally to that location. Let's see if we can get right to Warsaw. All right. Again, I am rushing, but this is a blitzkrieg, so rushing makes sense. And as for our paratrooper unit, we'll go ahead and just reinforce them, make sure that they have as many reinforcements as they need. Let's get rid of that tank unit. And Krakow will be ours. We probably could have avoided attacking that tank unit, and actually, as you can see, I'm going to avoid attacking this unit with this army because I want to get closer to Warsaw. And again, as quickly as I can. This army can go ahead and deal with this Polish force here. That's fine, just to make sure they don't start cutting our lines or anything like that. We'll control, or keep the zone of control, I should say. And I'm just going to send the Slovakian unit through, just to once again keep on cutting the enemy off wherever we can. Great attack there by the 4th Army. And it looks like it's going to be the Fortress of Modlin that's in our way first. We've got to get that fortress out of the way. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Get the tanks really close here. Same with the additional infantry units and even our unit over at Danzig. I just wish we could be there this turn, but I think we're going to have to wait until next turn to make it through to Warsaw. Oh, that was unintentional. All right, hopefully they don't cut through the lines here because they could technically go straight for Berlin. I don't think they will, though. And we do need additional armies, so I'm going to do that. Actually, we need additional tanks, and we can actually make them advanced tanks, but as you can see, we can't currently afford that. So I'm just going to get the very basic tanks here, probably Panzer IIs, and continue getting ready. All right, let me just see here. I'm really trying to own that zone of control, and look at that. We've shattered the unit south of Warsaw. That's been our goal. Of course, the second we win this, we need to begin the fight as quickly as we can for Paris. All right, again, with our Italians, we're not going to do anything. They're going to remain in their ports for now. I will, however, reinforce the Italian tanks. We might as well keep these units looking good. All right, Polish morale suffers from battlefield losses. The Red Army begins crossing the border into Poland. And they did stick to the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. They did allow us to reach a certain point before the Soviets started their invasion, but we know what they're up to. And as you can see, the British are here to destroy that submarine. And having a fight this close to the British coast, I'm not sure it's smart. It seems like they've got quite a few battleships out here, quite a few destroyers. But of course, destroying their navy, or a portion of their navy, this early on would be massive. Slovakians holding down the line. Great defense there. They're not usually that strong. And I do want to begin logistics focus very soon because we don't want to fall behind. But we also need operational points to move these units over to the borders of the Netherlands, Belgium, and France, of course. And the British Expeditionary Force arrives in France. Okay, let's do it. Here we go, guys. Going straight for Warsaw, of course. It's going to be tough to break through this turn, I'll tell you that much. Actually going to fall back with him. And that's just for the Fortress of Modlin. Come on, man. Oh, we're so close. Did we make it? Oh my gosh. We're in Warsaw, boys and girls. Might as well destroy that army too while we're at it. And really, at this point, I think we can even start operationally moving our units to the coast, or to the borders, I should say, of the Netherlands, Belgium, France, etc. So let's get going, man. The invasion of France has to begin soon. You know, I don't want to be under schedule. So once again, operationally move this one. And we are going to upgrade these units too, but give us some time. Right now, we're going to focus on the Low Countries and Belgium, of course. Operational move for our paratroopers, too. And let me know in the comments if you enjoy this logistical element of the game, or if you'd rather I skip this and do it on my own time. And I hope you guys understand what I mean when I say the logistical element. Just the moving the units around operationally, things like that. Is that something you guys want to see, or is it something that you want me to keep, you know, again, something I do on my time before the start of our turn? Once again, operational movement with the generals. And this one, we will get over here to the north. This will be our northern army moving into the Netherlands, of course. Again, no point in moving those guys, but again, we'll get them in a position where they can move operationally next turn. Let's start getting our Air Force over there, too. And again, we do want to focus on research, but yeah, insufficient funds for research right now, folks. We could start focusing on logistics. Nope, insufficient funds for that, too. Got to get those points first. Again, another operational move for this Air Force. And we don't have any operational movement points left. I believe 19. That's right, man. Understood. We'll still engage some additional units and try and just level the playing field even more. All right, here we go. Let's take a look over here at our sea perspective. So actually, I'm not seeing those British ships anymore. I wonder if we can get right past them and head to Canada. I'm going to send another sub. Oh, nope, there they are. Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Let's engage. All right, nice hits on the Javelin destroyer there. I'm going to back up after I attack, just because I don't want them being able to attack us right away. And I don't want to hit a destroyer with a sub. But at least here we can see what they're working with, and it's pretty impressive, I have to say. We've got additional destroyers down here, which we could pull in to this fight. But again, if things get really bad, we can always pull away. We are not the British Navy. That is one thing that they've got a tremendous advantage. The British Navy does have a tremendous advantage here. And since the Italians are not currently in the war, I can't just go for Italy immediately. Or I can't have Italy, I should say, send their ships in immediately. That takes time. All right, let's end that turn. All right, our offensive against Poland has been of great success, and the Polish army has been decisively defeated. Molotov, the Soviet foreign minister, is now urging us to pull back to our previously agreed partition lines and honor our non-aggression pact. Yes, we will. So let's do that, guys. We don't want to go to war with the Soviets just yet. There will be time for that in the future. But for now, we want to go ahead, occupy Western Poland, and now focus on the invasion of France. That's going to be our next big push, of course, and hopefully a successful one. Well, the invasion of France, Belgium, the Netherlands, and even Luxembourg. France bans the Communist Party and arrests thousands of militants. Nice defense there against the enemy destroyer. All right, not bad. He fell into our trap there, and that's why I moved the naval units sort of around, so it was a bit harder for them to find us. You know what? This naval battle might go a little better than I anticipated. I think it might end up being a sort of a stalemate. Although that aircraft carrier is devastating. Very devastating. No, we're going to pull back next turn. Yep, we already lost a big ship there. As you can see, the Royal Navy is just superior at this point. Taking out two major battleships. We cannot fight them in the open sea. And we should have known. It's the first chance we get. We will get the hell out of there. Of course, our subs will continue. Hopefully, this at least distracted them a little bit so that our submarines can make it all the way over to Canada. Because we can really hurt the enemy shipping if we do that. We can really make it quite challenging for them to succeed in anything. So if you've made it this far, make sure to let us know in the comments by just typing World War II. And of course, let us know how you think we should proceed. All right, and also the British have occupied Irish ports since the Irish are not, in favor of the British war effort. And of course, that's going to piss off Eamon de Valera, the current leader. Now that the Polish campaign is over, we have an opportunity to adjust some of the details of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. It is proposed that we offer to transfer Lithuania from our sphere of influence to that of the Soviets. This would enable the Soviets to occupy the country in due course. In return, we would ask the Soviets to withdraw eastwards from along the Vistula-San River line to the Bug-San River line. Yeah, acceptable. Now, before I do anything, I want to start getting my naval units the hell out of here. Yeah, I was worried about that. Now I'm going for the kill. I'd love to use these subs against this enemy force here, but we really need to get them over to Canada. Got some more enemy contact. We're going to try to avoid it. As for our destroyers, hopefully we can at least save them. Let's get the destroyers the hell out of here. And now we've got to operationally move this entire army over to the border. That's going to be the most important move now, is to get on that border quickly with as many units as we can and begin the invasion as soon as possible. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching episode 1 here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, you know what you have to do. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We are hopefully going to be having a successful invasion of Belgium here very, very soon. At least that's the idea. And we do want to get these upgrades for our tanks, which we will probably do here in the coming turns. I'm going to put one there in the north as well to invade from that northern trajectory. Want to make sure we've got some HQs over there too. And really, we're just going to completely stack this line with German units and begin the invasion of the Netherlands, Belgium, and France as soon as we can. October 25th, wasn't it November when the invasion commenced? Someone let us know in the comments down below. Whatever the case may be, we need to start moving, and quickly. The problem is we're using a lot of MPP to get these units across, and because of that, we're not researching. So I really want to commit at least to the infantry weapons research there. It's just so important. Again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You can see that we kept this episode a little longer than most, and I think that's only fair for this series. If we do end up really continuing with this series, I have no problem whatsoever keeping this one, or keeping the episodes in this one a little longer than most. I really wouldn't mind that one bit. Anyway, guys, make sure to name your units, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, and hopefully victory to the Reich.